So on May 16th, President Biden, he reversed a measure that Donald Trump ended Cuban reunification. He brought back the Cuban Family Reunification Parole Program. And what the Cuban Family Reunification Parole Program does is, after, if you are a petitioner and your family member lives in Cuba, and you file an I-130 visa petition for them, whether you are married to you're a U.S. citizen married to someone in Cuba, a lawful permanent resident married to someone in Cuba, you're filing for your children, you're filing for your brother, you're filing for your parents. As soon as that I-130 is approved, the U.S. Embassy can invite you in for parole to wait out for your green card in the United States with your family members. Now, wouldn't that be actually great if they did that for every country? They're only doing it for Cuba right now. We'll talk about why in a second. But when we always ask everybody, what would be your number one change in immigration law? Everybody always says these long waits.
These long waits, absolutely.
So they don't even have to change the immigration laws. All they have to do is say, we'll make a family reunification for every country. Or after the I-130 is approved, come in the United States on parole. As long as you pass background checks, you have good affidavits of support, and you would get a work permit and travel back and forth while waiting for your green card in the United States with your family. But right now they're just doing it for Cuba, Cuban Reunification Parole Program. And you wonder why. If you remember our discussion about the presidential elections, because people have good memories, squad.
Right.
Okay, they remember our discussions that the Cubans broke in Miami for Donald Trump, which caused Biden to lose Florida. Florida is a very important state for not only the congressional races, it's an important state for the upcoming presidential election. You don't think Biden making this special program, Cuban Reunification Parole Program?
Oh, is that to win them back?
To win them back. Because right now, the Cubans, Trump got a lot of Latinos who came from, countries that have a history of communism and socialism to paint Biden as a socialist. And nobody wants to escape communism and socialism and get to the next country, and it's communism and socialism again. So Biden, he got suckered by Trump on that one, and Trump got a lot of the Latinos who you would think would want to vote for Biden because it's not in their economic interest to vote for Trump. Trump's not cutting their taxes. They would pay less taxes under Biden. They'd get more social services under Biden. They would have better immigration laws under Biden, more rights provided to them by Biden. Except Trump painted Biden as a socialist. So once that was done, there was no coming back. People were voting against their own economic interests.
Right.
People were voting against their own social interests. So I think this is Biden's way of trying to claw back.
That makes sense.
In that community. I wish he would do it for all countries.
Yeah.
All right, not just Cuba. Because then, after the I-130 is approved, instead of, you have these long waiting times, quite frankly, you're still going to wait 15 years for your green card, but at least your family member can come to the United States. They can work, they can travel while they're waiting for their green cards.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea for everybody.
That would be amazing for everyone.
Yeah. And also, there was a big, thought process that, Biden was going to invite Cuba. There's a big summit of the Americas in Los Angeles, and that he was going to invite representatives of Cuba. Also decided not to do it. You want to know why?
Why?
Because the Cubans who escaped Cuba hate the Cuban government for the most part.
Oh, that makes sense.
So why would you want to bring them in to the summit of the Americas?
Yeah.
So there was a thought that Biden was going to invite them, and then at the last second, he disinvited the Cuban delegation. He disinvited the Venezuelan delegation. He disinvited the Nicaraguan delegation. All 3 socialist communist countries. Because he needs to show he's not a socialist. He doesn't want to deal with socialists.
I wonder if he did that, invited and disinvited.
Maybe, yeah, politics.
So
Politics is
everybody
everything.
knows, hey, y'all, I'm on your side.
Yeah, politics is everything. So now there's about 10 other countries from Central, South America, and the Caribbean who now say they're going to boycott this summit because the United States disinvited Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. So we don't even know if this summit's going to end up going off or not.
Wow.
But it's all politics, and Biden's trying to claw back into the Cuban community.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.